Hello friends, welcome to KT Research Guidance Bureau. Myself, Dr. Kumudini R. Thakur, founder member of the Bureau, would like to say few words for the Bureau. This Bureau is purely educational Bureau and helps undergraduate, master degree students and research students. Those who are interested to uplift their career from the beginning, this bureau will help and till research work, it will provide complete guidance of various subjects. Not only this, those who are interested to clear NET, SLAT, or any other competitive exams, this bureau will give perfect idea about everything. So my humble request to you, please subscribe the bureau, give your comments and favor for the bureau. Today's session is in a continuation of previous session cash flow statement. In first session, I gave you the brief idea about cash flow statement with multiple choice questions. This session is also for multiple choice questions, but we will try to understand each and every detail of cash flow statement with multiple choice questions. So let's begin with the first question. Question is very easy. Which item comes under financial activity in cash flow statement? In previous session, I explained you the partition of cash flow statement and I hope still they are in your mind. There are four options: redemption of debentures, second one is redemption of preference shares, C is A and B both, and D none of the above. As the question is related to financial activities, you have to keep in mind which activities you can consider as financial activities. In options, first one is about redemption of debentures. Obviously, it is a financial activity. Why? Because when you issue debenture, that time you are creating your liabilities. Second one is redemption of preference shares. You issued preference shares and now you have enough capital or the time duration is over, so you have to repay the debentures, and this is also considered as financial activity. So obviously your answer is C, A and B both. Second question is about accounting system. What is the question? Cash flow statement is based on which accounting system? You know, we have various types of accounting system, and in option there are A, B, C, D. A is for credit base. In credit based accounting system, you emphasize on credit. B is actual basis, means when actually you will get the amount or you will pay the amount, that time you make the journal entry, that is accrual basis. C is cash basis, means if cash comes in the business or goes out of the business, you enter that on the statement, and D is all above. So obviously cash flow system is based on cash based accounting. So your right answer is C, cash basis of accounting system. Next one is, which of the following items come under head of operating activities? You know the partition of cash flow statement and what is operating activities, that already I explained you in session number 1. So four options are there: loss on sale of machinery. Second one is provision of taxation. C is writing of preliminary expenses, and D all of the above. Now let's try to understand these transactions. When you sell the machinery and if there is a loss, that loss you transfer to P&L account. Provision of taxation also, you generally do provision from P&L account. When you write off preliminary expenses, that time also you debit P&L account. So obviously your answer is D, all of the above. Next one is, which of the following items come under the head of investment activity? This question is related to investment. A is purchase of plant. Plant is your fixed asset and you purchase. Why you purchase plant? You want to use that one for a longer duration. Same is the case for purchase of building. You purchase the building and you want to use it. C1 is A and B both, and D none of the above. Question is easy. So your right answer is C, A and B both, because both assets you purchased, you invested your money. So your answer is C, A and B both. Next one is, which data are necessary to prepare cash flow statement? So if you want to prepare a cash flow statement, that time which sort of information is needed? A is profit and loss account. Obviously, without profit and loss account, you can't prepare your cash flow statement. Another one is balance sheet data. Obviously, you must have the balance sheets of minimum 2 years. Third one is additional information. With the help of additional information, you can find out changes in your assets, liabilities, or any other thing. And D is all of the above. So your right answer is D, all of the above. Why? Because in absence of P&L account or balance sheet or additional information, you can't prepare your cash flow statement. Let's move to the next question. Payment of operating expenses comes under fill in the blank in cash flow statement. So when you pay your operating expenses, that time in which head or under which head you mention that expenses? First is cash outflow from sales. Second one is cash outflow on purchase. So when you purchase anything, that time you pay the money. But in this case, if you purchase land and building, that time it is not your expense, it is your investment. Then cash outflow of on expenses. Obviously, this is operating expenses. So they come under the head cash outflow on expenses. So your right answer is C, cash outflow on expenses. Now, I would like to give you one easy example so that you can reply me correctly. What is the question? Which of the following are example of cash outflow? Means some items are given. You have to find out which items are related to cash outflow. Among them, first one is interest received on government bond. Means you invested your amount in government bond and government paid interest on it. So when you receive the interest, that time cash comes in. Second one is dividend received from Torrent Power Company. This is one of the power generating company. You invested your money and you purchased the shares of that Torrent Power Company and company paid the dividend. So obviously this is your income. So cash comes in. Third one is interest paid to public deposit. Means public deposited their money in your company and obviously you have to pay interest on that deposits. So it is the example of outflow. And D is dividend paid to equity shareholders. So other fellows invested their money in your equity and you have to pay dividend to them. So that is also your cash outflow. So the right answer is in A and B, that is wrong. In B, B and C is right, but B is wrong. So it is not the right answer. C is A and C. That is also not correct. And D is C and D. So your right answer is C and D. I tried to explain you cash flow with theoretical questions. Now let's move to the practicals so that you can understand how to find out cash inflow or outflow. Example is Gita Limited gives the following information from provision of depreciation and request you to find out the amount of depreciation charged to profit and loss account. C. Try to understand the example. Provision of depreciation, it is given. And what you have to find out, how much you charge to your P&L account. Okay. Provision of depreciation on machinery, opening balance is 2,08,000 and closing balance is 3 lakhs. It is easy to understand opening and closing balance. You can find the difference also, but one additional information is already given. During the year, a machinery costing 1 lakh was sold for 20,000, on which accumulated depreciation was rupees 60,000. So, first you made the provision and now you sold out the machinery and on that machinery your accumulated depreciation was 60,000. So obviously this 60,000 you have to transfer to provision of depreciation account. That time your journal entry is provision of depreciation account debit to your machinery account, or you can say depreciation. This is your depreciation. So Find out the difference of opening and closing 3 lakh and 1 lakh 8,000, and this provision you made. So obviously it will come debit side of your provision account. So what is your answer? Your answer is D, 1 lakh 52,000. If orally you are unable to calculate, then it is advisable to make a account. So provision of depreciation, opening balance 2 lakh 8,000 and closing balance is 3 lakhs, and 60,000 rupees is your accumulated depreciation. So provision account debit to machinery account. Then find out the difference. That difference is 1 lakh 52,000. So keep in mind one thing. In exam, first of all, find out your answer, and that answer compare with ABCD so that you can reply correctly and speedily. Okay, let's try to understand with another question. What is the question? Kavita Limited gives the following information for machinery and request you to find out the amount of purchase during the year. In this case, what you have to find out? You have to find out purchase. So you have to prepare machinery account. Opening balance of machinery was 8 lakhs and closing balance was 9 lakhs. And in additional information, it is said that a machinery costing 1 lakh was sold for 20,000, on which accumulated depreciation was 60,000. See, additional information is same as in previous example I explained you. So when you sell the machinery, that time you received 20,000 rupees. Accumulated depreciation was 60,000. So 60 plus 20 is equal to 80,000, and 1 lakh rupees was the cost. So obviously your loss on machinery is 20,000 rupees. So what is the complete journal entry for this transaction? Bank account debit 20,000. Depreciation account debit 60,000. P&L account debit 20,000 to machinery account. And then you have to find out only the difference. So easily you can find out purchase. Okay. I will explain you with the help of account. Machinery opening balance 8 lakh. It is your asset. So obviously debit balance. And closing balance is 9,000. You sold out a machinery and you received 20,000. Accumulated depreciation is 60,000 and your loss is 20,000. So your journal entry is bank account debit 20,000, depreciation account debit 40,000, P&L account debit 20,000 to machinery account, and find out the difference. That difference is for 2 lakhs rupees. Now check the alternative A, B, C, D. In D, rupees 2 lakhs is given. So your right answer is D, rupees 2 lakhs. So in exam, anyway they can ask the question. But if the logic and fundamentals are clear, you can solve any type of example. Let's try to understand with another type of example. Example is related to investment. Shivam Limited furnishes the following information for investment and request you to find out profit for the transaction. In previous example, you have to find out purchase. In this example, you have to find out the profit. Investment opening balance 25,000, closing balance 30,000. And during the year, some investment was sold for 4,250 and new investment worth rupees 9,000 was purchased. C. Make an investment account, and you know how to enter the effect of transaction in your account. Investment is your asset. Opening balance, obviously debit side. Closing balance, credit side. And some investment you sold out and you enjoy 4,250 rupees profit. So when you sell the asset, cash comes in. So your journal entry is bank account debit to investment account. And when you purchase the asset, that time asset comes in the business. So your journal entry is investment account debit to bank account. Now, if you are unable to understand orally, then make a account ledger. Opening balance 25,000, closing balance 30,000. 4,250 rupees comes in the business after selling your investment. So you pass the journal entry, bank account debit to investment account, credit side of investment account 4,250, and you purchase the investment for 9,000 rupees. So your journal entry is investment account debit to bank account, that is your purchase. Now find out the difference. In this case, it is your profit. So, what is the journal entry? Investment account debit to P&L account. So, your P&L account credited by 250 rupees. Now, find out in A, B, C, D. Your right answer is given in D alternative. So, answer is D, rupees 250. So this way you can find out sales, purchase, profit or anything. Let's move to the another question. Mahatma Limited furnishes the following information for provision of taxation and request you to find out the provision made for this year. Means provision for taxation opening balance is 9,000, and keep in mind this is the provision, and closing balance is 6,000. During the year you paid rupees 5,000 for tax liability. Okay, if you are unable to understand, make the table and account. So you can find out very easily. This is provision for taxation, so always credit balance 9,000 rupees. Closing balance debit side 6,000 rupees. You paid 5,000 rupees tax liability. Your journal entry for this transaction is provision for taxation account debit to bank account. Now find out the difference. Debit side 11,000 and credit side 9,000. So difference is 2,000 rupees. That is your right answer. And in A, B, C, D, right answer is available in E. So answer is A, 2,000 rupees. So this way, make a ledger. And why again I repeated this type of sums? Because in comment I found, and many students they requested me that please ma'am teach us how to make a ledger with different examples. So again I gave you this sort of examples, and I hope it is clear. So let's move to little bit complicated example. Deepak Limited gives you the information related to profit and loss account and suggests you to find out the amount of cash flow from the profit. Profit and loss account opening balance 11,200, closing balance 13,600. So obviously closing balance is more than the opening balance. Now find out the difference. And difference of 13,600 and 11,200, that comes 2,400. Now during the year some transactions took place. Among them, first one is provision for depreciation 15,000 rupees and taxation 3,000 rupees. Now see, this is provision. This is not your actual liability. So you have to add that provision plus depreciation 15,000 and for taxation plus 3,000. Now second transaction, some investment costing 12,000 rupees was sold for 12,400 and a machinery costing rupees 18,000 was sold for 18,500, and both profit you transferred to P&L account. So first of all, let's try to understand the transaction. Investment cost was 12,000 and you enjoyed cash for 12,400. So what is the journal entry? Bank account debit 12,400 to investment account 12,000 to P&L account 4,000 rupees. So you credited your P&L account by 4,000, and this effect is after that. Means 13,000 in 13,600 you already considered. So again you can't consider. So that much amount you have to deduct. And how many rupees comes in? 12,400. So first of all add 12,400 and deduct the profit of rupees 400. Now see, only if you will give the effect of 12,000, that is also okay, you will get right answer, but many times you may commit the mistake, so it is better to enter complete transaction. Same is the case for machinery. You enjoyed 18,500 rupees, so your general entry is bank account debit 18,500 to machinery account 18,000 to P&L account 500. So plus 18,500 minus 500, and during the year dividend paid 20,000 rupees. You paid the dividend, so cash goes from the business minus this amount 20,000. Now find out the net impact. Difference is 2,400 plus 15,000 plus 3,000 plus 12,400 minus 400 plus 8,500 minus 500 minus 20,000. So your net inflow is 30,400. Now check ABCD. In D, 30,400 rupees is given. So your answer is D, 30,400. I hope you followed the example. So I will give you the same type of example so that you can test your memory and your knowledge also. Next example, Monica Deepak Limited gives you the information related to profit and loss account and informs you to find out amount of cash flow from the profit. In this case, P&L account opening balance is 5,600, closing balance is 6,800, and during the year you made the provision for depreciation 7,500 and for taxation 1,500, and investment costing 6,000 sold out for 6,200, and machinery rupees 9,000 costing sold for 9,250, and both profit you transferred to P&L account and dividend you paid 10,000. Same logic apply as you applied in the previous example. Find out the difference of 6,800 and 5,600, that is 1,200. Depreciation provision plus 7,500, tax provision plus 1,500, investment you sold out for 6,200, so plus 6,200 deduct profit 200, same for machinery, plus 9,250 minus profit 250, and dividend you paid, that is 10,000, so minus 10,000. So your inflow is net inflow. Do plus minus, then you will get your answer, that is how many rupees? Easy to understand, and answer is already available, and that answer is in C. Your answer is 15,200. So don't afraid with more information. Interpret it and try to solve it. Next example, Mohan Limited gives the following information for equity share capital and informs you to find out net effect on cash flow. This example is for equity share capital. Opening balance of equity share capital 2 lakhs and closing balance was 4 lakhs. So obviously your equity increased by 2 lakhs, and fixed asset worth rupees 1 lakh were purchased at cost. For a consideration, equity share were issued to seller of the asset, and you purchased one asset, and for that you issued share to that seller. So obviously for that much worth neither cash comes in the business nor goes out of the business. So only the difference is how many rupees? 1 lakh rupees, because the difference of opening and closing is 2 lakhs. Among them 1 lakh rupees you issued share for purchase of your another asset, fixed asset. So how many rupees left? Only 1 lakh. So your right answer is, you can find out cash inflow, that is for 1 lakh rupee. Equity difference 2 lakh plus fixed asset 1 lakh. Closing balance is 4 lakh. So new equity you issued only for 1 lakh rupee. So your right answer is A, cash inflow of 1 lakh rupee. This way easily you can find out net impact on cash flow. Another question is for liability debentures. What information is available? Company issued debentures and informs you to find out net effect on cash flow. Debentures opening balance 4 lakhs, closing balance 2 lakhs, means you paid debentures of 2 lakhs rupees. In additional information, what is given? 15% debentures of 2 lakh were purchased from the market by the company at 10% discount. Means from the market you purchase the debentures, and how many rupees discount you enjoyed? 10%. So for these 2 lakhs rupees you have to pay only 90% amount, not 100%, because you enjoyed discount of 10%. So 10% of 2 lakhs equal to 20,000 rupees. So that much amount you have not to pay. Deduct 20,000 from 2 lakhs, then it is obviously 1 lakh 80,000. Or this way also you can find out debentures 4 lakh. You purchase 2 lakhs rupees debentures at 10% discount. So obviously you enjoyed 20,000 rupees. You paid cash only 1 lakh 80,000. So now tally your closing balance, that is 2 lakhs. So your calculation is right. So your right answer is which one? B. Cash outflow rupees 1 lakh 80,000. This way you can solve your example. Now another example I will give you. Krishna Limited furnishes the following information for fixed assets and request you to find out net effect on cash flow. On March 31st, 2020, fixed assets 4 lakhs rupees and depreciation fund, means provision for depreciation, was 60,000. On March 31st, 21, fixed assets 6 lakh 80,000 and depreciation 80,000. Then during the year, fixed asset costing 60,000, accumulated depreciation 20,000, was sold for 50,000. So how to journalize the transaction, that I already explained you. And fixed assets worth rupees 1 lakh were purchased at cost for a consideration of equity shares, and you offered equity shares to seller. Okay. Now if you are unable to understand, first of all make your fixed asset ledger. Opening balance 4 lakhs. You can see, but if you don't want to prepare your depreciation fund ledger or anything, directly you can add in your fixed asset account. So your opening balance for fixed assets 4 lakhs plus 60,000 equal to 4 lakh 60,000, and closing balance 6 lakh 80,000, right? Now what is the information? 60,000 rupees fixed asset. On that your accumulated depreciation was 20,000. So 20,000 rupees depreciation you have to transfer to fixed asset account, depreciation account debit to fixed asset account 20,000. You sold out in 50,000. 50,000 rupees comes in the business. So, what is the entry? Bank account debit to fixed asset account 50,000. And in this case, you enjoyed profit. How many rupees profit you enjoyed for 20,000? Sorry, for 10,000 rupees. That way also you can treat both way. I will explain you. And fixed asset worth 1 lakh were purchased at cost. Means when you purchase, that time you offered the shares. So if you are unable to understand, then fixed asset 4,60,000. Opening balance, closing balance. Depreciation, bank account. You offered equity shares and P&L account. And the rest of the amount is for purchase. So your right answer is how many rupees? That is your 1,30,000. Depreciation account also you can prepare and you can transfer that one. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe the channel, give your comments and thumbs up to the channel. Thank you very much. So nice of you.